Hey friends, and welcome back to the Reddit Rainbow. We're back with a second story called Am I the Asshole for Not Forgiving My Husband, 26 male, for a mistake and not trusting him with our child? Please mind the trigger warning. Also, if you haven't re-upped yet, please do yourself a solid because you're about to fucking rage, because I know I did. I, 24 female, gave birth to my daughter 6 months ago, and it should have been the happiest moment in my life. When my daughter was born, her skin was very dark and looked like she could have two biological parents who were of African descent. My husband, Jim, 26 male, fake name, was furious and accused me of cheating and left right then and there. He told everyone on both sides of the family what happened, made posts on social media, and wanted a divorce. His family and a lot of our friends all called to say how upset they were at me and called me really nasty names. My mother was by my side the entire time, and I kept professing my innocence. Jim refused to pick me up from the hospital, threw my stuff out on the lawn, and changed the locks, so I had to stay with my parents. Also, wow, that's horrible. Being a new mom is hard and scary enough, but then to find yourself suddenly alone, wow. When my sister called to ask for the baby stuff, Jim texted me pictures of the bare nursery room and said he got rid of everything. He even destroyed my art studio. I like to paint, and the art I made, and told me my work would be too awful to sell. I was distraught and just tried to focus on my baby. Okay, valid. Weeks went by and Jim refused to speak to me directly and has never once asked about our child. Eventually, he agreed to do a paternity and he was 100% the father. Oh, Maury. No one could believe the results, and so it was done again. He's the father, Jim's the dad. Around that same time, one of Jim's cousins did the ancestry thing, and there was around 30% of African ancestry in the family. This combined with the test, Jim's paternal great-grandmother admitted to having an affair around the time Jim's grandfather was born, and was because And because he could pass, I'm just going to skip over that, she just assumed her husband was the father. Since then, Jim's been reaching out and... Bitch, what? Since then, Jim has been reaching out and everyone came to apologize. Keep your sorry ass apologies. What the fuck? And while it did feel good to be vindicated, the damage has been done, right? I can't unhear, right, or unsee all the horrible things that was said and done, not just to me, but to my child as well. Jim made some very racist remarks. These things that I thought he'd never say, and he did it so easily. Regardless of what our daughter looks like, I don't want her to be around that. What else will Jim and his family say or do the next time they get mad? How are they going to treat our daughter when she does something that upsets them? Exactly. And that exact reasoning right here is one of my biggest fears when we started going no contact with Slappa's family. Slappa is my husband, if you're not, familiar. But because I could not trust them, I would not leave them with them. You know what I'm saying? We went no contact. We went straight up no contact because they couldn't be trusted. These people can't be trusted either. I don't care how many times you apologize, if they've even apologized, you will not speak to me or my children ever again, you fucking assholes. Like, my goodness. It's a baby, Okay. Jim has been begging for forgiveness. No. I said I needed time. No. He asked to see the baby, and I let him, but I'm too afraid to physically hand her to him. Right. He's repairing the nursery. For what? And keeps asking me what I would like. For what? And I cry every time, saying we already had what I liked. And some of the items that we already had can't be replaced. He asked me if I still loved him, and I admitted that he showed me his worst self, and I didn't know if I could live with that. I didn't mean to be hurtful, but it is how I don't give a fuck about no races. What the fuck? Who cares? He said what he said. He showed you his true colors. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I'm just mad. My sister suggested couples therapy, but I don't feel like I should have to work to fix something that I didn't break. I've never cheated and have been 100% innocent in all of this. Am I the asshole for not wanting to give him a second chance? Absolutely not. Protect your peace and protect your daughter, okay? I can't even stress to anybody enough that if you are in this type of situation, those people will always show their true colors. And do you want your child to see that? Do you want your child to hear that? What if they slip up one day? You know what I'm saying? What is that going to ruin your child's self-esteem? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to protect them and then let them see for themselves, you know, when they're old enough to? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, absolutely not. Fuck all those people. Just blockity block, 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 block. You know what I mean? Block. All right, y'all. The OP wrote an update, but I can't fit it in there because, like I said, I'm just too fucking heated. But anyway, I'll be right back. Don't go too far, and make sure you re-up because I sure am. Am I the asshole for not forgiving my husband, 26 male, for a mistake and not trusting him with our child? I'm not recapping, and please mind this trigger warning about what I'm about to say. But the mistake that this motherfucker made was saying really racist slurs and letting his family say racist slurs about his newborn baby. So now that we've done that, let's keep going because the wife wrote an update and I'm like, oh my God. I stepped away for a few hours and I couldn't believe what I came back to. I'm truly amazed by all the wonderful comments of support as well as the private messages. I also understand why some people may think this is fake, and all I can say is I can understand why people may think this is fake, and all I can say is that you're free to believe what you want to. I also see some questions, and I think I should clarify a few things. Really quick, Slappa and I have a very similar lived experience to this. You would be very surprised how quickly people show their true colors. They will always show their true fucking colors. And then what are you saying to the people who are in true interracial relationships like myself? Like, my in-laws said some really fucked up shit about me, and who knows what they would have said about our children. If you fucking think that something like this, and it is wild, okay, because nobody knew what their ancestry was, but it is not this far-fetched. It is not that far-fetched for this whole situation to happen. This is shit that happens in many interracial couples' lives, and if you think that this doesn't happen, then you need to step out of your fucking circle, okay? I'm gonna get off my soapbox for a moment, and let's keep going. Oh, fuck. One, all of this initially happened near February, and I was already settled at my parents' house before the pandemic hit. Okay, this story is from like 3 years ago, so that makes sense. One of the reasons Jim wouldn't pick me up from the hospital was because I wouldn't admit to cheating or give him any details because there weren't any, which made him angrier. Based on the pictures Jim sent me, he didn't take a sledgehammer to the crib or anything. He just took stuff down to either return it for money or give it away. While deeply hurtful, I wouldn't call it violent, but maybe it is. It is because he did it out of spite. He did it to hurt you. He did it to incite a reaction from you. He found your pain delicious. If anybody follows Shonda, he found your pain delicious and he wanted to inflict more on you. He wanted to inflict more pain on his child who was a different shade than him. You fucking asshole. This fucking asshole. Yes, dear, it is violent. I'm sorry. Okay, we keep going. Online, he announced that I pushed out, see? What the fuck? And was going to divorce me, he and his family started with racial comments, and eventually he started doing it too, but only through my family. He refused to speak to me directly. Once the truth came out, everything he and his family posted were taken down, but I and a few friends still have the screenshots. Keep them forever as a reminder, okay? Jim never wrote down his racial remarks, and he doesn't have to. He's done enough. So while he didn't say any of the racist words, he did make comments about our daughter being... Okay. Number 7. Just to clarify, Jim is white and I'm at least half white. One of my parents is adopted, and with everything that's happened, they decided to do the ancestry thing too, and we should be getting the results any day now. My parent, one of which was adopted, did the ancestry thing, and it turns out that Jim wasn't the only one who had African ancestry. My parent had at least 45%, which means I have at least 20. I am legally separated from my husband with primary custody, and I'm living with my parents until further notice. He keeps apologizing and wants me to come back to the house. He even offered to leave so I could stay with our daughter, but I don't want to and really like having the support of my parents. You know, that's pretty good. I wish my parents were around, you know what I'm saying? But my mom lives really far away, and my dad passed away before he could meet any of my children or my beautiful husband, so happy she has that for her. My dad is retired, so he does a lot of the babysitting while my mother and I work remotely. I do go to the house every so often so Jim can see his daughter, and for couples counseling via telecom. In one of the sessions, Jim confessed something really hurtful, and some of you guessed it, he cheated. All right, you fucking projecting racist motherfucker. It was while we were dating before he proposed, and his treatment towards me was a projection. It always is. It was with an ex-girlfriend who had cheated on him, and he hooked up with her as an ego boost. Just the weakest bitch-made lick. When I tell you he's... Ooh, he started to feel guilty, but was too scared that I'd walk away to ever confess. So he'd rather be racist than all right, I got. He also admitted that he was scared when I got pregnant because our baby wasn't planned, and was very anxious about being a father, but just pretended to be excited because he didn't want to look like an asshole. Or you could have just said, yo, I'm excited, but I'm fucking nervous. Like, what is with you people? My husband was so willing to believe that our daughter wasn't his because he thought that he had an out. Now that he knows that our child is his and has spent time with her, Jim regrets everything and just wants his family back and is willing to spend the rest of his life making it up to us. No, I would go absolutely no contact. I guess, whatever, man. I would leave it up to the courts, I guess. Because if it was me, I would pretend like that motherfucker. I would pretend like he did not exist. No. This was all deeply hurtful, and I've cried about it more than once, and you're probably going to cry about it a lot more than that too. Jim has been lying to me, and my ability to trust him has not improved at all. When the holidays came around, Jim's parents asked about seeing their grandchild, and I didn't want to. They told me that it was selfish. They told me that it was selfish of me to keep her away, and I reminded them of their past, and they said they've already apologized and tried to minimize the situation. They said that I can't be angry forever and that I need to learn to forgive them. I'm so ashamed of ever loving and marrying into this family and wonder why I didn't see this before. I've decided to contact a lawyer and be filing for divorce after my daughter's first birthday. All right. Slaba's family tried so hard to minimize everything that we were going through, everything that I specifically was going through. They tried so hard, and I'm still mad. Like, I mean, we've been through therapy. I've been through therapy. You know what I'm saying? We medicated. You know what I'm saying? We did the thing. We got through it, and here we are on the other side. But when I tell you, if I think too fucking hard about it, I get unreasonably angry. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel robbed. I feel like my my children have been robbed. You know what I'm saying? And I will never, I will fucking like throw myself into a fucking volcano before I ever let my children be in the same room on purpose with those people. Those people can suck a dick. That dude can suck a dick. And I'm so hoping that the OP found peace and happiness with her baby. And that's it for me. I was going to read a third story, but I'm honestly like really hot because Slappa was making homemade tortillas. And I also had this drink in me now. But all right, guys, I'll read the third story tomorrow. And y'all, I can't wait to read your thoughts. I'm gonna go now. All right, I love you guys.